Hi. Wow, it has taken me so long to make this video, and it's taken me so long I'm actually embarrassed about it. I got in such a role this year with doing daily vlogs. I done them practically every day, and then there was a couple of times where I had like maybe a couple of days where I didn't do it. And then when I left Kuwait to go to New York in July, I just stopped uploading, and I don't know why. That's a lie. I'm literally just about to give you all these reasons why I did it, but I don't know why I didn't go back to it sooner. So I wanted to take today just to give you a bit of an explanation as to why I stopped vlogging and why I'm now back at it, and why I think actually it's such an important use of my time. I set up this vlog because I wanted to help other people start their business, and part of starting your business is not bailing when it gets tough, and prioritising your time and making sure that you're working on the things that are really important. And I think I maybe made a wrong judgment call when I prioritised other things above this, because actually to me there's nothing more important than helping other people with their journey. So here's some of the reasons why I stopped vlogging, which might also be, ironically, some of the reasons why you consider quitting your business idea. Okay, so number one is time. My God, as an entrepreneur and a business owner, your time is so sacred, it's unbelievable. But everybody has the same amount of hours in the day, so I can't say that I didn't upload because I had less time in my day than somebody else, but I can say that I found other things that I deemed at that time to be more important, and focusing on the business and to a certain degree, getting stuck into that and making sure that grew, I prioritised. If you're setting up a new business and you don't think you have time, you may prioritise other things over it, and those things may be seeing friends or going out or your existing work. And through these vlogs, I'm the first one to tell you not to do that, so I didn't follow my own advice. So time. The other one was business constraints. My last vlog was on July the 18th, and after that I left Kuwait to travel to New York, and I was extremely disappointed that I didn't vlog this, because I did it on social media, and I've did Instagram, I've did Snap stories and everything, but I was so excited about this trip, and it was actually such a pivotal trip for the business, and it changed everything. But it was also extremely full on, and the absolute overwhelm of being in New York and getting the business to this stage and running all these different international businesses and having all these issues come up that I didn't foresee, and being in a new country and not knowing anybody, all these other things come into play, and I actually probably didn't really feel as if I was in a position where I could be giving out advice. And that sort of ties in as well with the travelling. When you travel and you're in new places, you're not at your best, and you're always completely out your comfort zone. And when you're at your comfort zone, you don't really feel as if you're in a position to either kind of give back or to be able to even talk somebody else through their journey, because you're kind of struggling with where you are with yours. The way I would relate this to yourself if you're starting up your business is, don't get so hung up on what you're doing that you forget the reasons that you're doing it for. Don't get so tied into, oh my God, I need to do this, I need to do that, and oh, we're doing this, and it's so overwhelming, that you forget, why did I set up this business in the first place? And if I set it up to contribute to the local community, am I contributing to the community by being a stressed mess? Am I helping my friends and family by not being somebody that you want to be around because I'm so focused on this thing that you know that you've created? So that was definitely a factor in it. And I think that I've just had to go back to the basics and work out, what is it I'm doing this for? The reason I'm going through all this is because I want to encourage other people into entrepreneurship. But as soon as something comes up, I stop vlogging about it, and you know, I can't promise that it's not going to happen again, but yeah. The other one was a lack of perceived interest, right? This is classic when you set up a new business. When you set up a new business and people aren't buying your product, you go, oh God, that's it, like, I'm just going to stop selling that product. I've been doing this YouTube channel, I did 78 vlogs, and the maximum viewers I had, well, I think I had like 60 odd viewers for a couple of vlogs, which was great, but usually my average viewers was about 14, and my subscribers hovered around 50 and didn't really change. And I thought, what am I doing this for? God, you know, I'm spending all this time. I know it's only 10 minutes a day, but it's thinking up the content and planning it and making it relevant and all the business reading and background you need to do. I'm spending all this time and only 14 people are watching. And then I realised that was the absolute wrong mindset to have. If 14 people are watching, one of them I know is my dad, right? So, hi Dad. 13 people are watching who maybe have a vested interest in setting up a business. If out of those 13 people, even one of them go and set up a business that they wouldn't have done before I was there, then I've made a difference. It's the same as when you're getting your product to market. If you're thinking about, well, only 5 people are interested in my product, that's 5 people that are interested in your product. My God, you've created something and brought it into the world that 5 people are interested in. That's nothing to be sniffed at. So yeah, that was another one. Also, I started to look at what else was there within the YouTube space, and I realised that there was no other real vlogs that were similar to mine. Most of the daily vlogs were based around people's day and following them about, and they would edit them and everything. I know I don't have time for that. I really take my hat off to the people who do it. But I know I don't have time for that, so I don't set myself up for that follow. The other business vlogs were more sort of contained and specific, and like, you know, you follow these 3 modules and that's it. So there wasn't really anybody else in my space. But when I set up my lettings agency, I didn't want to go into the lettings agency space. I wanted to do something totally different. I wanted to do something unique and niche, and that's the way we always continue. So I don't know why I didn't even think to open my mind and go, well, I want to do something unique and niche on YouTube. There's always a danger that you're in the wrong space for where your target audience are. But when I was setting up my business, I Googled and I YouTubed, you know, I searched on YouTube for business advice. So just because there's no people doing what you're doing out there, if you believe in what you're doing, keep doing it. The other one was prioritisation. I was finding it hard to prioritise things in my day. I had so many things land on my plate at once that was unexpected through to various factors, and I prioritised all wrong. And actually I prioritised my giving back, which is me doing the YouTube video, way down at the bottom, where I should have prioritised that much higher. And the other one was I was finding motivation difficult at points. This journey that you're setting yourself up for is not all paved with gold, and it's definitely not a bed of roses either, but that's what I'm supposed to be here for. I'm supposed to be here to tell you guys that it's okay, and even in the days where you're not feeling up to it, to just get up, show up, do your best, and it's going to be all right. And that's literally what I've been doing for the last few months, and it's turning out all right. You're always going to go through things, and in everything you go through, there's a lesson that you can turn around and help somebody else. So I'm genuinely sorry that I didn't share more of that. The other one was because the focus of the vlogs was becoming too much on me trying to find somewhere new to do it from, me trying to make sure I didn't wear the same outfit I wore before, me trying to make sure that I didn't look too crap after a whole day of work, and that even if I've been working 18 hours, I still went ahead and put makeup on and everything like that. So this is why I'm doing this vlog like this, because regardless of what may get said in the comments below, or regardless of what people tell you, it's the words that I'm saying that should be really important to what you're doing. It's not the last time I washed my hair, it's not whether I've straightened it, it's not whether I've got makeup on, it's not whether I wore this shirt yesterday, and it's not whether I've ironed my clothes. So I was setting myself up for all these sort of different, you know, it's not real life. An insight into an entrepreneur's life, if you take a snapshot of an entrepreneur at 8 PM every night, I guarantee they're not always going to be all glamorous. They're probably going to be in joggies most of the time. And the other thing, which was probably the biggest thing for me, was I was feeling as if when I was doing this, it was as if I was kind of trying to come up with content, and I was trying to make the experience that I have different from what it is, because I was trying to make it, I don't know, more relevant or more informative or stuff like that. And I suppose I sort of fell into the trap of believing that I wasn't really being any help, and that I was recycling some of the stuff that I'd covered in earlier blogs, and that the stuff that I was doing wasn't necessarily as important to everybody else in their journey, and I was having to come up with these amazing analogies and, you know, that kind of stuff. And that's a lot of bullshit as well, you know. It's not about how I look, although I promise I will make more of an effort in later blogs. I just wanted to get this one out the way. It's not about how I look. The same as with you in business. It's not about how pretty you make your packaging, and it's not about whether you tie a nice bow around it and say, this is us, this is what we've got. It's what's inside that counts. It's the content. Do you know what I mean? Not it's what's inside if you're a good person, but yeah, that's what counts as well. It's the content of what you're delivering. Is your product a good product? Is your advice good advice? if my advice was fantastic, I could do this with a bin bag over my head, do you know what I mean, and nobody should care. Unfortunately, in the world of YouTube, people do care, but I'm fighting back against that and saying I don't care, you know. I'm here to hopefully pass on some business lessons that I've learned to people who can probably do with some business lessons because they're at the start of their journey. And I'm just going to continue doing that. And if I continue with 14 subscribers for the next 5 years, we get 14 subscribers for the next 5 years. But I think there's always value in somebody just a couple of steps further along the journey, sharing their journey with you. And I really hope that's what you get from this. So, and by the way, I've actually wrote these down, like did some practice for this. So, reasons I will continue vlogging, right? And this is why I've decided. Now today, I watched, as I've told you before, I watched a couple of other vloggers and take real inspiration from them. And I watched Casey Neistat's vlog, and he was saying that he was stopping vlogging for a week. And there was a bit of me, because I watch him every single day, right? It's a part of my day. I know I'm going to get motivated from it. It reminds me of New York. When I'm in New York, it's amazing because I'm like, oh my God, I was there yesterday. And when I'm away from New York, I'm like, oh God, I can't wait to go back. And I got this feeling of, oh, that's a shame. I'm going to miss that for a week. And I thought, how amazing if I was to be of so much value and to be adding so much value and so much great content to people's lives that they would miss me if I stopped vlogging for a week. And I hadn't got to that stage when I stopped it for a couple of weeks, and I stopped it for completely the wrong reasons, as we've just discussed. So why did I decide to then make, right now I've literally just finished watching his vlog. Well, I wish I had this blog around when I was starting a business. I wish there was some online guide that I could watch daily and just pick up really, really small tidbits of information and have somebody that I could relate to, and somebody that didn't seem as if they were so far ahead in the journey, somebody that would answer my comments or feedback to me via email. I wish I had somebody like that when I was starting out. And the way I look at it is, like I said before, even if those 14 people, even if some of those 14 people start a business, my role here is to encourage other people into entrepreneurship. Then that's me achieves my goal. And I actually like sharing some of the stories of what I'm doing, and I enjoy putting it on social media. I enjoy sharing my journey, and I believe that writing my own story and developing my own path is one of the things that I love the most about having my own business, and it's one of the things that I wish I could encourage other people to do. I think there's a space for what I'm doing. I don't know if it's done already, but I think there's definitely a space for a daily business vlog, and I'm now going to actually enjoy promoting it more. And I feel a lot more comfortable with the experiences that I've had. I'm now coming up for 3 years in business, and I feel like there's a lot in that 3 years that somebody who's been in it for 3 months or 3 weeks or even a year could benefit from. So I'm going to start getting out there more and start telling more people about it. And I suppose I just wanted to say that I'm back, and I really, really hope you get value from what I'm trying to do. And also I really hope that you follow the journey of my business as well, because we're on an amazing epic adventure right now, taking us all across the world. I was actually in a conversation with somebody today where I was telling them my plans for the next few years, and I was saying, yeah, I'm going to be splitting my time between Kuwait and New York. And I was like, oh my God, like, I'm living this dream life that I never realised I could have. And if I can talk even one of you 14 people through that journey and help you get there within 3 years, that will be the best use of my time ever. Okay, I'll speak to you tomorrow. That's an absolute promise. And thanks for sticking with me, because I see I still have 50 subscribers. You maybe just forgot to hit unsubscribe. Okay, have a great night everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'll brush my hair, I promise. Right, good night, bye.